a falling star. When you make a wish, ooh, just remember luck is no such thing. One man succeeds while another man fails. Why is it then you ask the stars up above, the planets of light who controls your very soul? From the beginning of birth and throughout eternity, that's the stars up above. Just ask them. Ooh, just ask them. The planets of light, who controls your very soul?
Coming to you live from New York City, you're watching Astrology Numerology Now for Monday, December 4th, 2017. I'm your host. You already know. This is Z Starman, Zaki Z Starman, professional astrologer, numerologist, where every week at this time we bring you the latest astrology news and information in real time. What the big astrology news is all about, what the big major astrology news and information. And again, it's December 4th, 2017, but this is going to last through the rest of the month up until Christmas. And that news is, and a lot of you already know, that Mercury is retrograde. Mercury is retrograde in the sign of Sagittarius. Now, it's sort of kind of like good news, bad news for people who have Sagittarius rising signs and sun signs in Sagittarius. The sun is in Sagittarius, or Mercury is retrograde from December 3rd, beginning yesterday, until December 22nd. And as we all know, the rules of Mercury retrograde is that you don't start anything new, you don't do anything new during a Mercury retrograde. And Mercury retrograde, once again, there's the planet Mercury. There's a big picture of Mercury, and Mercury is retrograde from December 3rd to December 22nd. And during a Mercury retrograde, there are rules to be followed during a Mercury retrograde. And I'm going to sort of kind of break down what Mercury retrograde is and all about. And again, you can still call the show. We are live from New York City. It's December 4th, 2017. We got 27 days left in the remainder of 2017 before 2018 gets here. Now, just to understand Mercury retrograde, this show has been on for 10 years. A lot of people out there know what a Mercury retrograde is. Mercury, it appears to be moving backwards from our view here on planet Earth, but Mercury retrograde is a cosmic timeout. The planet Mercury does not just stop in its tracks or stop in its orbit and move backwards. That's what a lot of people think. What actually is happening, it's a change of speed between how Mercury moves in the sky and how we're visualizing Mercury on Earth. Now, again, come back to me, control room, please. And again, I'm trying to break down and get everyone to understand what a Mercury retrograde is all about. Now, as you know, if you watched the show over the last 10 years, and understanding Mercury retrograde is that it's a cosmic timeout. And the rule of thumb during a Mercury retrograde is that sometimes things go wrong. Murphy's Law is in effect. What can go wrong will go wrong during a Mercury retrograde. So you know the old stories, don't start anything new, don't do anything new. It's a cosmic timeout. But one thing about this Mercury retrograde in the sign of Sagittarius is that it's happening during the Christmas and holiday season. And what I want, and I'm asking everybody out there, since this Mercury retrograde is in the sign of Sagittarius during this holiday season, try not to get depressed. Depression is rampant during most any holiday season. A lot of people, they don't have money to spend. They don't have loved ones that they connect to. They have family that are in other parts of the world and country. But Depression is a serious disease. And with this Mercury retrograde during the holiday, there's going to be a rise in people feeling lonely, sad, depressed, not getting any love from anywhere or any place. So this is what part of this Mercury retrograde is about. Try not to overthink. Mercury does not work well in the sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is big and vast. Mercury's a little old planet. And sometimes things get lost in the sign of Sagittarius, especially the planet Mercury, when it is retrograde. So, fight depression. The brain is like an organ, just like the heart is, just like the liver is, just like any other organ in the body. And it gets sick too, like you get stomach ache, you get a brain ache, and that is depression. And that's what I want everybody to fight during this Mercury retrograde. So what you don't have the money? So what you can't celebrate the way you want to? The thing is, don't let your mind get to you and run away from you, because a Mercury retrograde is basically an illusion. It's not really moving backwards, but it's an illusion to make you think that things are not going the way they're supposed to. So again, during this Mercury retrograde, and a lot of people also blame things, oh, I lost my phone or my keys and stuff like that. But the thing is that during Mercury retrograde, you can't use that excuse. Carelessness is the #1 fault of Mercury retrograde. People leaving their bags behind, people leaving their keys behind, they're losing things. So during this Mercury retrograde in the sign of Sagittarius, you have to be mindful of your surroundings, and especially when you're traveling to long distance places, long distance countries. I want everybody to get in tune with this Mercury retrograde. It's a short Mercury retrograde. It's only lasting 19 days. And Mercury retrograde, it starts, well, Mercury retrograde is a 6-week, sometimes 8-week period. It goes into the shadow, then it goes directly into Mercury retrograde, and then it comes out of the shadow of its retrograde. So now, for Sagittarius people especially, and I know I have a lot of Sagittarius people out there, or people with Sagittarius rising signs who are going through a depressed state. Don't worry, be happy during this Mercury retrograde in the sign of Sagittarius. Be careful how you travel. I expect a lot of travel mishaps during this Mercury retrograde from December 3rd to December 22nd. But the big thing about Mercury retrograde, don't start anything new, back up your computer files. I have issues with my cell phone, with Sprint, you know, I'm mad at y'all doing Mercury retrograde because I get texts an hour later, a day later, and this all started yesterday. So be mindful that it's Mercury retrograde when the train is running slow, or the bus is running slow, or you're not getting mail that you're supposed to get. Is probably all the victim of Mercury retrograde. You have to be mindful out here. Things just don't happen for nothing. And again, Mercury retrograde, a lot of people get careless during that time. So keep your eyes open. Don't start anything new. It's a cosmic timeout. As I always say, any word beginning with the words or the letters or the prefix RE, rethink, readjust, reassess, reschedule if you have to. And remember, anything on a Mercury retrograde, anything that can go wrong basically does during a Mercury retrograde. So again, let's show them the graphic one more time, control room. Mercury is retrograde from December 3rd to December 22nd. And again, usual stay, it's about 24. This time is only 9 days. So keep in mind, Mercury is retrograde. Caller, you're on live television with Z Starman.
Yeah, I'm delighted. Listen, my name is John.
Okay.
And I have a Scorpio rising, and my moon is in Pisces.
Okay.
And I also have Venus, Mars, and Mercury, and the Sun in Scorpio.
What day is your birthday, John?
11/16/42.
11/16/1942?
Yeah, ancient time.
And let me ask you this. You said your Scorpio Sun, Pisces Moon,
Yeah,
and Scorpio rising, you said?
correct.
Wow, your poor parents.
Yeah. I think back on that myself.
Well, one thing about you, John, is that you're way ahead of your time. That's the big thing. You've always been into the future, even as a little child.
Uh-huh.
And the big thing about you, John, is to trust your intuition, trust your intuitive side, because you have a lot of water going on. You're deep water. Scorpio.
Absolutely. That's right.
You're Scorpio moon and rising, or Scorpio sun sign and rising sign, along with the moon in Pisces.
Yeah,
So,
and Venus in Scorpio.
wow.
And Mars in Scorpio.
So anybody who wants to hang out with you got to know how to swim.
Exactly.
Because you're a deep person. That's how deep you are. Wow, with Venus in Scorpio and Mars, Sun, Venus and Mars, Scorpio, Sun sign Scorpio, Scorpio rising. Well, let me just fill you in about sort of kind of what's headed your way. Now, as we speak, the planet Jupiter, which is the planet of luck and abundance,
That's right.
It's in the sign of Scorpio right now.
I did have some luck with it so far. I'm hoping for it again.
Well, it's going to be there until November 2018. Because
Exactly.
Jupiter comes around once every 12 years. And so this is the window of opportunity that you have been waiting for over the last 12 years. With Jupiter in Scorpio, Mars is getting ready to go into the sign of Scorpio on Saturday, December 9th. So did you say you had Mars in Scorpio also?
Exactly, yeah.
Wow, that's a superstellium that's going on with you. But from a numerology point of view, this is a number one personal year for you. This is a number, by the numbers, we add your birthday at 11/16, which is the number 9, and the current year is a 1. See, one thing about your birthday, John, whatever the personal year is going, whatever the universal year is going to be the same for you. So this year, 2017, is a number 1 year. 2016, or the beginning of January of this year, a big chapter in your life came to an end. It came to a close. People that you were used to hanging around with, you're probably no longer friends with them. But you have to worry about people being jealous of you right now, because the universe is getting ready to bless you.
Wow.
That's the big thing with Jupiter, all those planets in Jupiter, Sun in Jupiter, Venus in Jupiter, Mars in Jupiter, Mars in Scorpio, Venus in Scorpio. Now it's your turn, along with the moon in Pisces. Neptune is in the sign of Pisces as we speak.
I was thinking about that, yeah.
So a lot of major planets are in the sign of Pisces. So over the next couple of months, we're going to have a lot of planets in earth signs that'll soak up some of that water energy. In the middle of January, you're going to have about 6 planets in the sign of Capricorn.
Yeah.
So it's going to help you out tremendously on one side with your moon in Pisces, and the other side with all your Scorpio planets. In astrology, we call that a sextile, when 2 planets are 2 signs away or 60 degrees away from one another.
Right.
So
Wonderful.
So keep your head up, man, and enjoy the blessings. The only challenge that you have coming, I would say, is around February of 2018.
Okay. Well, the thing is also, too, I think that you should be on twice a week.
From on network television, not on only
Why
on.
not? Why not? Are
Good
you
morning,
kidding me?
America. Good
The
morning,
information
America.
that you got?
Hey, to the Today Show, Matt Lauer, he's gone. They need a replacement. They need a replacement for Charlie Rose. He's gone. So, hey, network executives, you're listening. Z Starman is available. John,
Yeah, you're bigger than those guys.
Well, thank
You're
you.
bigger than them.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much. Thank you, John.
Okay.
And I'm going to put up my number so you can call me after the show and we can get deeper than what we're doing now.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Thank you, John. Thank you so much. This has been Z Starman saying thank you for watching Astrology Numerology Now, sending you peace, love, light, namaste.
Persistency. Get Aries to be very, very ambitious. Libra, the cheerful and merry one.
Pisces, you fish. You are a romantic, constantly striving to escape from reality into the blessed land of dreams.
Whatever your sign may be, look to the stars for happiness and love. Aquarius, tolerant, beautiful people will always let the sun shine in.